What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Box Attack. I'm Dom, and today we have Wave 2 of the brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figures from NECA, and we are going to take a look at these and compare the new Turtles to the old ones and check everything out. And before you go anywhere, be sure to join the Box Attack Universe Facebook group. All things collectibles are welcome there, so check that link below in the description. But without any further delay, let's get started. So here we have the Foot Soldiers 2-pack, and if you're familiar with the previous wave, you got the Foot Soldiers with different turtles. So the first wave we had Michelangelo and a Foot Soldier, and we also had Raphael and a Foot Soldier. So you'd have to buy the turtles in order to get the Foot Soldiers. Not a big deal in my opinion, because why wouldn't you want the Foot Soldiers? But now you can buy just a 2-pack of the Foot Soldiers, and I mean, they're pretty much the same. I'm gonna take them out of the box here, at least so I can show you what they look like, but everything is identical between what you got with the Foot Soldiers in the last wave versus this 2-pack right here, as you can see. There really isn't much else to address here. Like I said, all the accessories that you got with the previous Foot Soldiers are basically present in this 2-pack. I mean, we have the same sets of hands right here, we have the same weapons, everything, the paint job is exactly the same. They look identical to the first wave. You just get 2 of them in a 2-pack, and I don't think that there's really much need to go in depth with these Foot Soldiers. If you need to build a Foot Soldier army, then getting the 2-pack is obviously the way to go, because, well, you can have more of these little guys fighting your favorite turtles, which who can go wrong with that? Of course, I will not make you wait the entire video to see what probably 90% of you have came to this video to watch. This is the Bebop and Rocksteady 2-pack, and boy, oh boy, have I been waiting for this 2-pack for quite some time. Wave 2 is just awesome. I'm excited for Wave 3 though, because we get April O'Neil and Casey Jones, and I mean, come on, like, the child in me is screaming right now. But we are going to take a look at this beautiful 2-pack right here. And boy, oh boy, do these things just look incredible. So the unboxing experience here is pretty easy. We have 2 different pieces to this, and you can see at the bottom half we do have some spare hands for Bebop and Rocksteady, and we do have their weapons as well. But let's get all this out of the box. So here we are with Bebop and Rocksteady, and let me tell you, these figures are awesome. Before we get into things, one thing I did realize on Bebop here is you can lift his shades, and you can see his little eyes. A little wonky paint application on my eyeballs here. One of them's kind of slightly smaller than the other, if you can see that, but I'll keep the shades down most of the time, not a big deal. Anyway, Bebop and Rocksteady, let's check out some of the accessories that we get here first. So of course you can replace their hands here, so they have swappable hands. You can just kind of pull them out there. They don't really come out too easy, but I guess that's a good thing. So we do have his little hands that pop out there, and you can replace them with one of many options. So we get 2 of them that are designed in a fashion to like hold a gun or a weapon, and then we have also 2 that are designed to be like grabbing hands, or you know, like he's attacking or grabbing, something like that. So we're just gonna pop one of those in here real quick. So you can see there with Bebop, this is a very nice and detailed figure. I mean, some of these pieces here aren't like just glued on there. Like this necklace, you can actually move that around. Even the chains that are hanging off of his wrist here, it's free flowing. So it's actually really, really nice in terms of the actual detail here. Same with the chain that goes around his back, and even the vest, it kind of has some movement to it. I don't think that you can actually take it off, but it is designed in a way to make it kind of free flowing and not just all glued together and stuff like that, which I definitely do appreciate. Now on the back here, you can see that we got pockets. I mean, just the detail on this thing is absolutely incredible. Like I can't stress this enough. NECA, you really outdone yourself with Bebop and Rocksteady here. And of course, when you get these out of the box, the joints are a little tight, so be careful when you're posing them. You don't want to like break something off. But you can see here, along with the other accessories that we have, we also do have 2 weapons here. We have 2 little guns, and it's the same set of weapons for Bebop and Rocksteady. So essentially you get 2 of each as you can see right here. They're exactly the same across both. Not that big of a deal to me. You can have one holding one weapon and one holding the other, whatever, however you want to do it. And we do have these same grips here, or hand action poses for Rocksteady as well. You can see there we got the grabbing hands, and then we got the weapon slash trigger finger hands. That's what I'm gonna call it anyway, trigger fingers. And a quick note, one other thing I did forget to mention that they come with is the little communicator here, and you can see Shredder's face on the screen. So you get that, and you get the weapons. But these are so nice, and you can see here that even the chain is it's kind of just wrapped around his wrist. You can see that it's kind of hanging down now, and that will come loose, I've noticed. It does come loose a little bit if you don't kind of nudge his hand or his wrist in all the way. You could lose that chain. It could fall off because it's literally just like kind of double wrapped around the side of his wrist right here. It's just kind of, you know, wrapped around the side there. Not that big of a deal. I don't think it's going to become a problem. Now we do have a little hook right here as well. The tiny little hook on the side of his arm that will allow you to hook that chain into place so that you don't lose it. But as it stands, if I pull off the hand here, he definitely just loses that chain right off of his wrist. So it's something to keep in mind, so you don't lose that. You have those little hooks on the side there that you can use to kind of keep this chain into place. Now, I'm not sure if it's metal. It might just be plastic. I'm pretty sure it's plastic, but it just, I don't know, it's a silly thing to mention, but this little tiny chain for him has some weight to it. Now, the articulation here on Bebop is actually pretty nice. So, of course, we do have, you know, the hand movements, and we have the joints on the elbow, and we have his shoulder movement right here, but check this out. This is really cool. His mouth can actually move open and close. Like, did they just really think of everything here? We do have some light swivel on his head. Not a ton really. Can't really go down or anything. He can just kind of go side at an angle a little bit, but you still have that mouth, which kind of makes up for a lot of other things. Of course, in his knee here, you can see that that just moves just fine. And his feet, we can swivel those side to side. Another thing that I did want to point out is that he does have some slight range of motion to his feet, but I mean, not a ton, nothing to write home about. But overall, I mean, fantastic. You're kind of limited in the range of motion from a general standpoint, but I don't think that that's a make or break for this figure, because the detail all around on this thing just looks absolutely phenomenal. Let's just get him kind of standing a little bit so we can move on to Rocksteady here. Moving on to our boy Rocksteady here, you can see that, again, I think that this is just an amazing little touch. His mouth can open. Look at how far his mouth can open. You can see his damn tongue inside of there. This is freaking amazing. And I know I'm like flipping out over a tongue and a mouth in a cartoon rhino, but trust me, this is the stuff that dreams are made of, or nightmares, I guess. But Rocksteady, pretty cool here. One thing I did notice, he does have a sword on his back, and for mine here, it's a little bit loose. I mean, it's not gonna go anywhere. It's just kind of, it's hard to see there, but it is just hanging on by a little tiny little piece of rubber. Now, there is no actual sword here, so you can't actually remove this sword. So don't try to do it, because you'll break this thing off his back, and mine already looks like it might be coming off a little bit, but it's not a big deal. Just don't touch the sword on his back. It's just there for decoration. Now we do have, obviously we have these little turtle shell pads right here, which, by the way, are like flappy. You know, you can move him around. He has a little grenade on his back, which again does not come off. And same with the grenade accessory right here, though it is hanging on with like a little piece of rubber, so it's got some play to it, you know what I mean? It's got some movement to it, which I find to be cool. Now, of course, just the paint applications here are awesome. I just love how animated this looks. I mean, both of them, Bebop and Rocksteady, they both look very animated, and obviously that's what they're meant to do, but I just think that they nailed it 100% with this line right here. And there's less to talk about on Rocksteady than Bebop, but boy, does that mouth right there. Rocksteady's head, excuse me, can move kind of side to side in a similar way. Of course, he has the same joints on his elbows and his knees, and his feet are kind of like a ball joint. I mean, you can move them like a little bit, but it's more to give you like an angular stance. So if you have his legs spread open like that, you can kind of shift his feet so that it can actually hold the weight. It's well thought out. It's not full range of motion on his feet, but it's well thought out enough to where it's not going to be a problem to get him into some of the action poses that you might want to do with this guy. And of course, you know, his little ears, his little rhino ears on the side there, and his eyes actually look pretty good compared to my Bebop eyes, but I can't believe that their mouths open. I think that is super cool, and obviously Bebop and Rocksteady, if you've been collecting this NECA Turtles line for a while, you have been waiting for this duo for quite some time, and I'm really glad that they just put it in a 2-pack and not separated them between, you know, different things, and that would have been not good in my opinion. But these are exclusive to Target also, by the way. I did not mention that. This entire wave that I'm talking about, Wave 2 and Wave 1, all exclusive to Target. So Bebop and Rocksteady, I think that this is the duo to have, especially if you already got everything from Wave 1. Really, if we're being realistic about things, you only need to pick up this 2-pack to kind of complete your collection for the Turtles, at least until Wave 3 comes out, because there's some fire that's going to drop for that wave. So, with that being said, I want to take a look at the Turtles here, and I know I kind of want to do that comparison last because I know a lot of people might not really care, but there are some differences with the Turtle packs from this wave. So I'm having trouble getting Rocksteady to stand up here. There are some slight differences here, so we're going to go over that in the video right now. All right, so now we have the new Turtle 2-packs. We have Raphael and Michelangelo, and we have Donatello and Leonardo in the other one. And some people are like, why are they making these Turtles again? We already had these Turtles with Wave 1. Well, sucks to be you, or not, if you just like buying these action figures like me. They did a new paint job on these to make them look a little more animated like, and kind of closer to the video game in my opinion, and just they're a little greener than they were before. So taking a look at the new and potentially improved Turtles here, you can see that we have Leonardo and Donatello, and boy, in person, do these new paint applications look way different. Like I said, these are way more animated like than the previous version. Let me show you actually, because I have both of them right here. So we have Leonardo and Donatello. I have them in kind of action poses because I've had them set up for the last long while. But okay, let's just look at Leonardo here. This is the previous version, and this is the one from Wave 2. They are drastically different in color. I mean, so we have a different color for the letter on the belt there. Just the skin tone all around, and even the shell is way different. You get a way more animated look and feel with this new paint app, which I'm actually kind of fond of. At first, I was like, oh, there's no way I'm spending another $100 on new Turtle paint jobs. Like, that's just not happening. But after you see them in person, they actually do look a lot better than the first wave, in my opinion anyways. The more vibrant colors fit in with the rest of the animated characters from this wave, and I think that's the important part here. Even the weapons are different, some of the accessories that they come with. So let's pop out Leonardo's sword right here. So this is the sword from the first wave, and this is the sword from the second wave. You can see that they are very different in terms of color. I think the blade is pretty much the same, but they have more of an animated look and feel to them. And along with the other accessories that you do get 4 different hands here for to split between Leonardo and Donatello. You can use those how you'd like. We do get an ooze canister as well, which I thought was a nice little touch to add in there, and an open pizza box. Now this pizza box, it's not hinged, you can't close it. On the back here, we do have Ninja Pizza right there, so that's just kind of cool. It's missing a slice. There is a slice that's included in this 2-pack, which we'll check out in a second. But moving on to Donatello here, let's look at old versus new. You can see again, just a much more vibrant paint app. Now I think that the purple and the blue colors between them are the same, like the actual colors of their eye mask and everything like that. They're the same, but you see that we have the different colored letter on their belt and just a much more vibrant turtle, which I didn't think that I was gonna like more. Again, like I said, I didn't think that I was gonna be willing to drop more money on a new paint job, but well, you got me, NECA, you got me. Now, the one thing I would say is I do prefer the first wave Donatello staff to the second wave here, because it just, I mean, it looks better with that white kind of cloth wrap around it. On here, we have the same thing. It's just like, it's almost like they just didn't paint it, which, okay, fine, that's cool, but I think that it's better from the first wave, in my opinion. So you can mix and match if you get both of these, but more vibrant colors, definitely a win. You do get the turtle comms here, which are exactly the same from the first wave, so no different there. Oh, and before we go anywhere, I did forget to mention that inside of the Donatello and Leonardo 2-pack, we have a little cutout. Let me get it out of here. We have a little cutout of Bebop, and actually, check this out. So these are some cool little details that we have here. Look at this. We have a tiny little map of a little blueprint of the turtle blimp. And look at the little ransom letter that we have here. It says, "We have the news girl come to the taffy factory at midnight and bring the buff links." So that's actually really cool to just be chilling in there along with the blueprint. And you know what? If you can't find Bebop and Rocksteady in the wild, well, you got a nice little cardboard cutout. I don't know. I think that these new paint jobs on the second wave might be legit. Again, we have Leonardo and Donatello, probably my two favorite turtles. Let's take a look at Michelangelo and Raphael. All right, so here we have Raphael and Michelangelo, and well, as you can see, same thing as Leonardo and Donatello. The paint applications are different, and just for a side-by-side here, real quick between the two, here we have old Raphael versus new Raphael. Same different lettering on the belt, different shell color, different skin color, and for the most part, the red is pretty much the same, though I noticed that the red of his eye mask here is a little darker than on the first wave. I don't know if that's just a mistake or what, but you can see here we also have old Michelangelo versus new Michelangelo. And again, same thing is happening here with the paint applications. Not much to talk about in that department, though we do have some accessories for these two and things that I do want to go into a little bit here. So first off, we have a pizza box just like in the other Turtle 2-pack, but this one says Vinny's on it. So just a different pizza box there. It really not that big of a make or break thing. Again, same thing you can see here with their weapons. They're just more animated. So we have a little bit more of an animated color tone going on between the first wave and the second wave nunchucks right there, as you can see. Same with the size, though they're not that different. I mean, we just have a little lighter brown. I'm dropping things. We have a little bit of a lighter brown, and we have the yellow on the end there. So really, I mean, not too crazy with the accessory colors. Obviously, they're just fit to match the new tones of the turtles. Now, we do have, in case you didn't know this, the ends of these, you can actually pop them off of here, and we can go ahead and throw this guy on. And so this is meant to be, so like he's spinning his nunchucks. That's kind of gives that illusion there if you stick it in his hand. So that's what that's there for. You can take those off and put that on if you want to. But we do also have the same communicators that you get in the other Turtle 2-pack, and we do have different sets of hands. So we have 2 thumbs up hands here, and then we also do have 2 grippy hands there. And well, I guess the 2 grippy hands, they're meant, these ones are definitely meant for Raphael in a sense to where, well, at least on mine, I have him so he's holding the sai a specific way, you know, where he has it kind of through the middle of his fingers. Or you can do that with these new ones right here as well. And I mean, that's pretty much it. We do have a slice of pizza as we got with one of the other, the first wave 2-packs, but here, and it did have this on the other one, you can stick it, it has a little hole there. This is nothing new, but I like that little attention to detail. So you can stick the piece of pizza right on the tip of his sai, and we also do have the turtle grappling hook as well. And overall, I mean, that pretty much sums up the differences here. We do also have a cutout. So with the other Turtle 2-pack, we had a cutout of Bebop. And with this one, we have a cutout of Rocksteady and some other cool little goodies, which I'll show you here in a second. So here's this paper cutout of Rocksteady in case that was, you know, something that that you thought you needed in your life. You can pull out this stand and stand him up. I don't know. It's a cute little gesture, I guess, that they put in there. But we do have a pizza punch card right here, which is pretty neat. And then we do have some little comic books right here as well, which I just think that that's a really cool touch. And inside, we even have frames for said comics. I mean, there's actually no comics in there, but we have Bugman, we have the Alien Invaders, and we have another Bugman. Oh, and on the back of here, we have, what does it say? Willy Wombat's Pizza Pan Theater. And on the back of this one, we have Creepy Eddie. So I just think it's cute and cool how they give you these little props here, which these little added extras with a combination of the pizza box, and if you like the new paint app, the repainted weapons and stuff, I think it's hard not to recommend to go spend another $100 to buy the new Turtle 2-packs, because I think that they're pretty awesome. I mean, when you compare it side by side, which one looks more appealing as far as an animated series goes? Definitely the new paint app. I cannot deny that it looks better. But I don't know. With all that said, like I said, if you already have Wave 1, your main pickups are going to be Bebop and Rocksteady, because these two are just amazing with that freaking mouth articulation. Like, who does that? NECA does that, I guess. But they're both really rad. I am totally over the moon about those two right here, and I do not regret buying the new Turtle 2-packs. I would say if you have to skip out on one pack, definitely skip out on the Foot Soldier 2-pack, because I mean, unless you're trying to build out a huge Foot Soldier army, not 100% necessary. So here, my friends, is everything from Wave 2 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line from NECA, the animated versions. These two, Bebop and Rocksteady, they are awesome as heck, super detailed, definitely worth this pack alone, 100% worth it. Go grab it right now. They're just hitting Target stores everywhere at the moment, so you should be able to pick them up pretty easy. Everything else here, definitely subjective whether or not you should grab these, but I am just a hardcore, huge, stupid fan like that, so it was a must-have for me. But I want to know what you think about this whole wave in the comments section below. Definitely let me know down there. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're notified when new videos like this drop in the future. And a huge shout out to everybody over on Patreon that's a part of the Box Attack Army, where I send them pops every month out of my personal collection. So be sure to check that out. If you want to join up, that's cool. Link below. Link is also down there for the Box Attack Universe Facebook group, where we talk about all things collectibles. Everything and everyone is welcome there, so be sure to check that out. And like I said, let me know which of these are your favorite in the comments section below. But really appreciate all the support, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, this has been Box Attack. I'm Dom, and we'll catch you later.